Good day, trader. So, I've got a bit of a confession to make, and that is I have not opened a chart this week. I really don't want to be influenced by what's happening at the moment, right? So it's not that I'm not doing my job. Actually, I am, because if I did look at a chart, I'd probably be influenced to take trades. But this week, I do not want to look at the markets. For your sake, I will. So here, for the first time, I'm going to look at charts, and I'll be with you to go through it to look for potential trades. But I can almost guarantee you that you're not going to get a trade this week because there's something unprecedented happening, and I'm sure you know by now, and that is the UK might be pulling out of the EU. So there could be a Brexit, as they say. Britain exit, and this can complicate life in South Africa with the markets and in general. So with this vote, it could. They're expecting the euro and the dollar to strengthen and the pound and the rand to weaken, but to the point that it's 3% to 5%. Now, according to my calculations, it looks like the rand's going to strengthen 2-3%, but now with the Brexit coming in, and because it's unprecedented, anything can happen. Right, and if they do leave, then Britain's departure could shave off 0.1% of South Africa's economic growth due to obviously the national strong ties that they have with the trade of the UK and the EU, and this would result in trading blocks, right? And it will fuel investors with uncertainty and nervousness about any markets that they get into. So it's not easy at the moment, and leaving the EU could trigger that recession that people are expecting in South Africa, where economic growth drops quite significantly. And I mean, just 2 days ago, the pound alone went up 1.93%. So, with it strengthening, saying that the signals is that there will not be a Brexit. But because it hasn't come out yet, and we don't know the result, I'd rather just keep it on the down low, because you don't want volatility in your trading. And I know we've had a tough couple of months, right? I mean, we did bank a winner 2 weeks ago or so. But the thing is, you cannot base that on our performance going forward. And the last time I ever took a losing year, not a lone trade, a losing year was 2011. And the reason was because I was just feeling too many impulse trades coming along, and I was just taking trades for the sake of it, even though there weren't high probability trades lining up. So this is the reality of trading. This here, right now, that you are experiencing with me, is the difference between the marketing and the realities of the market, because this is what everybody goes through, and these are the times where people lose and blow their accounts completely. So I'm actually happy that you're with me today. I hope you understand on how the markets are. You can tell that there's a little bit of a nervousness in my voice, but the thing is, I've been through a lot worse. So now it's just about amount of time to saying, when are we going to choose a direction? As I mentioned 2 months ago, when are we going to choose a direction? It hasn't done so yet. So we can go through the charts and we can take a look at what is going on. Let's see. Anglo, it's done nothing since May to June. So not an opportunity there. Bidvest, well, it broke up into Bidcorp and Bidvest, so no trades are lining up. Brait, still in that sideways movement. Discovery, it broke below where I was actually looking to go short, where there was this green, and put my take profit here. But look at that, we would have taken a loss. So whether you short or long, it's just you just don't know what is going on, because the market has not chosen. First Rand, it's starting to form this beautiful cup and handle, that formation that I'm still waiting for, but and this might even be the first trade that we take if the JSE decides to turn up. So I'm also just writing this down so you'll know. And remember, I don't want you risking more than 2% on your portfolio, and I certainly don't want you risking 2% if you feel that that's uncomfortable. Rather risk 1%, rather don't trade at all until I say that, you know what, the market's chosen a direction and it looks fantastic, so then you can. But it's all up to you. Remember, it's your money, and I can only give my suggestions and opinions. Mr. Price, nothing much happening there, just a slanted uptrend, but no signal at all. In fact, this you could see as a big cup and handle, but the reason why I didn't take it was because of the distance between where the open would be and all the way here where the stop loss would be. This is enormous. So if you don't have a big portfolio, this would be catastrophic. So it also depends on how big is the formation. Netcare, they've got to deal with clicks coming up soon. So I see there's just sideways movement. There's nothing that's established. But there was this inverse cup and handle, which I showed you last time, and I said I might send the short, and the opening trade would be around here, and the take profit would be far down. But look at this, it's broken back up. So short, long, you tell me. This is a gamble at the moment, and I'm not happy. Old Mutual broke out of a W formation, but the problem is this is one long sideways trend. So it could very easily go up to 43 and then back down to 38. Raynet, unfortunate, it almost reached our take profit, but in the end we banked our 10% gain, which is good. I don't know what that is in terms of your portfolio, because everybody's portfolio is different, but hopefully you followed it. Just make sure you do not risk more than 2% of your portfolio. So if you're down 6 trades, well, that's just 12% of your portfolio. Not a big deal, especially in these unprecedented times. Right, but anyway, we're not at that moment. And like I said, with Red Hot Storm Trader and before, I've been through a lot worse. So you don't have to worry about the fact that we are in very difficult times. Remgrow also making a W formation, ready to break out, as you can see. But this sideways movement is making me hesitant to go long, which makes it a medium to low probability trade. Richemont continuing its way down. I don't have a system for a trending market in terms of a breakout, because you never know when it can turn and go back up. And also I don't have the stats. All right, RMBH, you can see First Rand and RMB are starting to replicate. So RMB is the leading market at the moment. And should I send a trade? Shouldn't I? I'm waiting till next week. All right, and next week you could even get 2-3 trades. I don't really know. But right now, this moment, there's going to be the referendum voting, and I don't want to be caught up in the market where anything is possible. Okay, TFG, nothing much. True Words broke out of its inverse cup and handle. We would have gone short around this level, and then it would have gone back up. We're approaching our stop loss, so not worth it. Vodacom made a flag formation, broke out, and it would have hit our take profit, but the thing is, this distance is very, very small, and I don't take small trades. I take medium trades, right? MTN sideways, nothing going on there, and also Mr. CEO Sifiso Dabengwa quit from the billion-dollar telecoms because of the fine in Nigeria. Apparently, there was this fine for $5.2 billion for failing to disconnect around 5 million unregistered SIM cards. And as you know, MTN is the biggest mobile network with over 200 million subscribers in South Africa. But they've hired a new CEO, Rob, and hopefully there is a chosen direction depending on the sentiment on how MTN goes. All right? Billiton, nothing much. ARM, African Rainbow Minerals, it broke out of its pennant formation. All right? Or is it a wedge? No, it's a wedge because it's more than a month. So forgive me, it is a wedge formation. It broke out, and look at this. It's just going sideways. So not confirmed that it's going to show some continuous upside yet. And I'll show you why in the meantime. Growth points, sideways. Woolies, nothing. Liberty Holdings looks similar to African Rainbow. Merafi, well, we don't trade, but I love looking at Merafi. It's fun to trade at 60 cents to 120 cents. I'm not going to send those trades because, they are very risky, and I don't even know if you can do CFDs. I just buy shares on them and hold. Capitec, W formation, looks like it's ready to break out. So the banks are predicting that there is going to be an upward movement, right? I'm writing that down. There might be an upward movement with the banks. We've looked at First Rand, Capitec, and RMB. So those could be where our trades are lining up. Bank of Africa, nope, not that one. That one's just sideways. SAB Miller showed strong upside when it broke out of this W formation. And then what happened? It gapped. This is not what we're looking for when we're trading. These gaps can destroy if it goes to past our stop loss, and we need to be very vigilant with those situations, which is not, it's not common, but it's also not rare, so it's in between. And Bitcorp, I'm still waiting for a lineup. So let's take a look at the JSE Aussie and see what is going on there. JSE Aussie is so confused, it has zero idea on where the hell it wants to go. Alright? Excuse my Greek. So, we've got this uptrend, which it's continuously making. It's touched a high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. Then it broke out, and that's where we got in, and then we banked losses. Small losses, right? We don't take big losses. And then it went back down into the sideways formation, broke down, now it's back into the middle. So do you see what I mean? That it's not easy at the moment. Long or short, you can go find a different trader. I don't mind. At the end of the day, this is the realities of trading entirely, and I'm glad you're with me at this time, and I'm glad majority, and by majority I say 98% of you, understand where I'm coming from in the markets, and you can see it live here. So it's not just me saying I'll look for trades next week. Now I've gone through the whole process just so you can understand. But you know what? I am looking at the banks. It looks like the banks are looking hot at the moment. Not 100% just yet. And also we're on the sideways movement. So if it breaks up and the Brexit is a no-go, then we can expect some longs in the market soon. So I hope you enjoyed today's trading webinar, and I'd love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear what you think, if I should incorporate more fundamentals, if I should incorporate more technicals. I really don't mind. Either or, it's my life, and I'm here to accommodate you through good and difficult times. So at the moment we are in confusing times. They're not that difficult because I've been through a lot worse in the past. But I think there are good times to come. Maybe in July, right? I'll say maybe in July we should get some strong trades again. But until then, let me know at investorsclub.co.za, right? investorsclub.co.za. I will answer your question, or I will respond to a comment that you make, or an idea on if you see a trade lining up, or if you want to talk about it. That's what I'm here for. So, in any ways, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll chat next week after the confusing Brexit.